Hi there, it's Jonathan Ankney, your small business CFO and profit alignment strategist, to talk today about something that is both about business success and really does hit your bottom line. And that is doing the right activities in the right order at the right time. And before I get to the business, let me just talk a little bit about real life examples. One that comes to my mind is a friend of mine who, something like 20 years ago, would go out on first dates and he would say something like this. One of these days I'd really like to get married. Well, of course, what happened is that it turned the gal off and he never went out on a second date with them because his timing was off. Eventually you want to talk about marriage, but the first date is not a good time to do it, probably. Fortunately, there is a happy ending to this story. He met a great gal. They've got a solid marriage. I'm very happy for them. But it was a struggle for him for a while because, they were the right activities. It was out of order. Really, he needed to have other dates, and the timing was wrong. Now, the other example that comes to my mind actually applies to me, and that is baking and cooking, which I do probably about twice a year in earnest. When it comes to baking and cooking, we have to have the right ingredients, we need to add them at the right time, and we need to cook them at the right time. So, the meat needs to be thawed, it needs to be marinated for the right amount of time, it needs to be cooked so that it's not raw or overcooked. The same thing with the cake. You need to put your ingredients together, stir them, bake it at the right amount of time in order for it to come out right. So the same is true of our business, though. And I would say that it's especially true when it comes to developing and executing our profit strategies. If we develop a product without understanding our customers, their needs and their wants, then we could go down a really long and costly path. So we need to get into our customers' heads first before we can think about products. Now, if you already have a product, that's all right because you've shown some success with it, but you can go back and start getting into your customers' heads and then improve your products. So, conversely though, we could spend too long trying to develop a new product and we could miss sales opportunities because we're looking for perfection. We could also begin to do marketing and promotion without having the product finalized. And as a result, we could end up making promises that we cannot keep, and it would affect the reputation of our business and our brand, and the bottom line would suffer this way. So my advice is this. As you're writing out and executing your profit plan, save yourself time and money just by following this order. First, figure out your customer because they're your buyers. They're the ones with the needs and the wants. Then, after you've determined their needs and wants, then figure out how you can satisfy them through your products and or services. After that, then you can begin to come up with a price range because you know who the buyers are, you're going to understand what their budgets are going to be, you're going to know your features and benefits for them, and are going to be able to compare them to what they're already paying and come up with a good price range. Then, with all of those, you know who your customers are, you know what the products, features, and benefits are, you have a pricing range, then you can come up with a promotion strategy. Send out what the message is. Know what channels to send it out on. Clever ways to do it. And finally, and this happens no matter what, it has to do with order, you have to mind your expenses. So if you're in a tight situation, you have to do it on a thin budget. If you are doing very well, then you can mind your expenses differently because you can take a more investment-minded approach to it. So that's what I have to say. Right activities, right order, and right time matters a lot. I know that I see it in my business. I've seen it in my clients' businesses. I'd be curious to know whether this resonates with you and how you can see how it would apply to your business, how you've learned about it from past examples. Fill in comments below as small business owners, we are fighting an uphill battle, and we need each other to support and learn together. So let me know what you think. And also, let's connect. Connect with me on my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear from you.